Have you ever struggled with health anxiety? My name is Hannah Studley from the Mind Body Institute, and I've worked with a lot of people with health anxiety. And it can be very debilitating. And what often happens is we might get a weird feeling, a sensation, maybe something we don't understand. And often people Google it, then scare themselves, then they feel worse, and then they go to the doctor's office, and then they start doing tests. And whilst you're waiting for the tests, it gets really scary. And then finally you go back for the results and you're already like in a state of anxiety. And the doctor says, there's actually nothing wrong. And so many of my clients are told this, that there's actually nothing wrong. And it just bounces off of them. And what they hear is, we don't know what's wrong and you're on your own. And so people get more scared. They don't hear it as good news. And then they go home and they Google it even more, or talk to friends, or get on Facebook groups where they're starting to ask a billion questions. And can you hear my voice is speeding up? Because the more anxious you get, the more we speed up. So I'm going to take a breath. This is how you slow down, right? Because if you find yourself Googling and seeking reassurance and double checking and checking your body, this is health anxiety. And there's actually nothing wrong with you. So a quick story. I had a client recently who told me, she kind of confessed actually, that because she called me and was like, I really don't feel well. I didn't sleep well last night. And that sounds like such an innocent, poor thing. Oh, she didn't sleep well. And then when she got more honest with me, she said, well, I was Googling till 3 o'clock in the morning. I said, really? Why? And she said, well, I before I was going to bed, I had this twitch on my eye. And so I Googled it and I ended up, really scaring myself because I read all this scary stuff. And then she got even more honest and she said, well, the first 3 or 4, messages on Google said, it's stress, it's anxiety, it's stress. And the 5th or 6th one said, it might be a sign of an autoimmune disease. And so her intellect, her brain, her anxiety caught hold of the autoimmune part. And now she goes down this rabbit hole, which she's been down so many other times. And she's now on a website from some Joe Schmo on the other side of the world and who's, doesn't know what they're talking about and scaring herself. Another quick story. I had a client in Australia who had, she'd had a Botox injection and they'd hit a nerve in her face. She told everybody it was a dental problem because she was so embarrassed about it. And the nerve specialist told her that yes, there was some damage, but it had healed. And oh, excuse me. And the nerve specialist told her that it healed, but it was her anxiety that was keeping the the jumpiness in her skin going. And she told me that she used to have to take her husband with her to the doctor's appointments because the doctor would say to her, you're okay, it's only the stress that's like continuing the discomfort right now, the twitching. And she would forget by the time she's got to the parking lot, right? So she would take her husband with her so he could remind her, honey, remember the doctor said there's nothing wrong? The doctor said there's nothing wrong. Honey, doctor said there's nothing wrong. And she, after a lot of coaching, she actually started to believe that. And we want to leave out blame. We want to leave out judgment, because if we've gone down this rabbit hole at all, and it's not just health anxiety, people can go down a rabbit hole with all kinds of things. But in this case, when you're checking your body, you're seeking reassurance, you're having lots of tests and then paying for more private tests, stop and pause. Trust that your body has incredible wisdom to heal itself. So if there was anything wrong, either the doctors will find it or you will have the wisdom to take care of that. And if you're creating discomfort and dysregulation in your body through stressful thinking, then we can pause and watch those thoughts go by. What if the doctor's missed something? Oh, watch that one go by. What if there is something wrong? Oh, watch that go by. And you'll know which thoughts to trust and to listen to by how they feel. Scary thoughts do not feel good. They feel heavy, they feel intense, they feel urgent. We're going to watch those thoughts go by. Thoughts about health and positivity, they feel light, they have energy to them. We're going to follow those thoughts, all right? Follow the good feeling. That's how you're going to get out of this. You cannot heal an illusion. And if you want to hear more about that, and you want to hear about how, I've helped my clients get out of this health anxiety cycle, which is like a big trap. If you want to learn how to get out of this trap, then send me a message. You can find me on Facebook or find me through my website, and I'd love to share with you how that happens, all right? Everybody has innate well-being, and everybody can get out of this horrible, horrible health anxiety. So I hope that was helpful. Be well, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.